So I got to do this video today. Told you I was gonna be getting this content out, and I was not playing when I said it. But today I want to just talk about two things with the lived experience. So when people say lived experience, all lived experience is not the same. Like me provide services for somebody that's returning to society. I got lived experience with prison, reentry. So I got a similar lived experience to where I could help somebody who is reentering into society. My recovery pathway has been abstinence-based, though I have tried the marijuana maintenance plan. Some people call it California recovery or something like that. Now, I did try that before, it didn't work. But what I will say is like my pathway of recovery looks different. So like for me to be working with somebody that's on MAT, I can't say that I'm necessarily being their peer support because I ain't had the same lived experience as them. Some people would agree. Some people would say you got to have the same lived experience with somebody else to be a peer with them. You feel me? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I want to get to the main point of this video. So I just got off the phone with one of my comrades, and we was chopping it up, and I was like, look fam, I need to hop off this call so I can do this video because I'm ramping up my YouTube channel, and I'm making sure when I got this fired up content, I'm getting it out here to the people. So first and foremost, let me take my shades off. So I do manage two different programs right now, and I don't use the word manage lightly because really it's like it could really be all one organization, but the funding went to two different places to do work that I've been doing for a long time. But there are two different initiatives. One initiative, we got a reentry team, and we're working on serving people who are coming home from prison, and that's a focus on Western North Carolina counties that don't have a reentry council. You feel me? And that's like Burt. We work with Burt. We doing some stuff with some of the leaders in Marion. They got some stuff going on though in Marion, but Rutherford, Polk, Henderson, Transylvania, and we're making sure those people, Catawba, Cleveland, making sure those people are getting access to the resources on the reentry side. And then the other program is Inspire Recovery to Careers, in which we are serving people who are in recovery who are going back into the workforce. So that means the certified peer support specialists on my team are providing peer support for people as they engage the career centers, the community colleges, direct employment referrals, but they are getting peer support while they are doing so that they don't be all stressed out, worry about going into the halfway house owing money, worry about finding a job that's gonna hire them with a background, worried about not knowing nobody in the recovery community. They got a peer support to deal with that. That's what peer support about. Is magical. You dig? The therapeutic value of one helping another is without parallel, aka the Holy Bible called it iron sharpens iron. But anyway, managing these two different programs, I'm getting to see something. I'm getting to see something clear. I get to see it, assess it, and I'm gonna get it to y'all. And I'm noticing the gaps. Like I've been told y'all about the gaps in prison reentry services. That's how I blew up, because the gaps were so blatant. And when I started answering the call of the community, it blew up. So shout out to the people that's finally listening, that's finally inviting me to the table to contribute to these issues. But on the other side, with the addiction side of things, I'm noticing another thing. And some people thought that I was against MAT and this, that, and the third, because people be wanting to talk anyway. They want to discredit leaders, especially when you see a young black male in a position like me. People gonna be hating. They gonna try to find ways to get me out, to knock me off my square. They gonna try to ridicule me. They gonna try to ostracize. They gonna try to do whatever they want to do because they can't stand me, because I talk loud, because I wear J's, because I got a tattoo on my face, because I love Jesus. Like, people gonna try to just hate because they just intended to hate, because everybody ain't for me. Can I get an amen? But when people were saying that I was against MAT and all this stuff, they told a daggone lie. I spoke on panels with people talking about MAT before, with people who were still practicing that pathway, you know what I'm saying? And I was on the same panel with them, and what I said, and I said then, I say now, we need to have more resources for the people that choose that pathway, because you shouldn't go in meetings that practice an abstinence-based pathway and try to force them to change how they do things. Nah, create your own. You feel me? Like, ain't nothing wrong with that. But I'm a part of the solution, and I'm working on creating more. Hence, Inspire about to ride down to Greenville. You feel me? Holla at Michael Crouch so that we can get the game on the all recovery piece, because we finna start offering another recovery meeting for the people on MAT. But what I want to get off my chest is this. MAT is medication assisted treatment. You feel me? That means that there is some treatment involved in it. It's not just giving people medicine. And what I'm noticing in my program is that a lot of the folks that's on MAT, you know what I'm saying? Not a lot. Let me take off a lot, because let's add too many extra words. I've noticed that there are folks on MAT that are not trying anything else in recovery. The only thing they're focusing on is their dose. And so by the time they get to my team, because we real, we setting goals, expectations, accountability, transportation to meetings, help you with job applications and different stuff like that. We ain't playing with Inspire, you dig what I'm saying? But some of the people that be getting into our program that be on MAT, they don't be trying to do nothing else. The only thing they be worried about is their medication. I ain't mad at you. You know, I am not against MAT. I done lost friends. You hear me? I got friends in the dirt, not somebody that I just served in a program, but I'm talking about good friends that are in the dirt by way of the disease of addiction that died from overdoses. Not just somebody that I recently met in recovery, but I'm talking about people who I've been friends for half my life. You feel me? So I'm all for MAT as it relates to keeping people alive. Because if you ain't alive, you can't recover. So I'm about that. You feel me? I'm about that 100%. You heard it from my mouth. Anybody that knows me, I'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? I go to Celebrate Recovery. I've invited people to that were believers that was on MAT and told them this is a place where they ain't gonna judge you. It's different in there. But anyway, what I've noticed is that the people that are just needing their dose and they're not ready to set any other goals and stuff, they need another level of care. They need another approach. They need another approach to professionals engaging them. And let me say this, and I'm gonna stand by this. Like, if you a certified peer support specialist and you ain't never had the harm reduction experience, or you ain't never been on MAT and you working with that population, I want to ask you, do you feel that it's called peer support if you ain't never had that lived experience? That's my question I got for you. If you ain't never had that lived experience before, would you call it peer support for what you're doing with this individual? Okay, that's the question. The other thing I'm gonna say is we definitely need to have investments in working with that population. You feel me? The people that's on the medication. We need to have. I'm not gonna say it needs to be peer supports or community health workers, but it needs to be somebody who can kind of hold their hand through navigating the resources in the community and keeping them upbeat, making sure they get to their doses. Because we had one was living in Hendo and couldn't get to our dose. You feel me? So we do need to have programs in place to address what they need. You did, but does it need to be looped in with other programs that are working on goal setting and just people that's at a different stage of change? You know what I'm saying? And I had to put this video out there because what I have noticed is some of the peers on my team, it was kind of like they was chasing their tail trying to serve somebody. And we don't do it like that. You feel me? Like we don't chase people to help them. We help people that are ready to help themselves with the program that I manage. You dig what I'm saying? Because there are people who need the help. There are people who need the help that ain't got the help. So how are we going to spend all our time and energy chasing somebody that don't want it? Yeah. And let me go back. I said I managed two different programs. So on one end, you got the population on the addiction side that has an overflow of resources to where people can afford to employ people to chase people that's not ready yet. And then you got people on the other side. Let's talk about the reentry side, where you got people that's ready for change, who are ready to reconnect with their families, ready to get a trade so that they can have a skill to have livable wage, gainful employment, ready to show people that the collateral consequences should not be in existence because they went to prison, did their time, and changed their life around, in need of some type of community of people to hold them accountable because they want to do the next right thing. But those things are not in existence because the funding has not been earmarked for that population because there's an overflow on the other side. So you tell me why I'm so passionate about speaking up about the gaps in services. And if you are ready to talk about the inequities as it relates to the substance use disorder, as it relates to the addiction professionals, holla at your boy, because I'm here for the ride. And what I need y'all to remember is like, I'm a man in long-term recovery. My clean date is January the 16th, 2009. You dig what I'm saying? 13 years strong in this thing. Living proof. And when you want to look at the service provider side, yeah, first job in the field was in the penitentiary working as a peer counselor, but the first job on the outside was working at Neil Dobbs Center in August of 2011. You feel me? Working with people at the crisis center, the stabilization unit. So if you want to look at my chat record and you want to check my resume, please do that. But I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to keep being loud. And if I'm stepping on toes, then hopefully me stepping on your toes make your feet get in the movie so we can do something differently. My name is Change Agent Cooper. I'm not the answer, but I'm for daggone sure the alternative. Have a blessing.